Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit this.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Yellow, I've got little A. Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Check for it. Color. Go.
On first down, Swift breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. 30 base. Strip that ball. Switch. Alert 3.
A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check. Hard. On the ball. Get it.
Here's Spiller. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Throw complete to Herndon. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come off the ball, hard. Mike, 53. 66. Bullet high.
On second down, Swift. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They're going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 56 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Check 24. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
Yellow. I'm going to check 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, baby.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz. Too fast to handle. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the out. Jim. Yep. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes. Hey, orbit. 56. Mike.
To throw again, Lawrence. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They got a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now Spiller. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Get ready!
A quick throw out wide, caught by Crowder. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Back to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First down, Jets.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Hey, 25 to Mike. Hey, lock it. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. General West. Check, check. Lucky. Hit it.
This is Spiller. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hey, Sam off.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence, he'll take it, and this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Jets 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On first down, Swift. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Shut down. Motion. Check. Shift. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go. Attack. Watch the edge.
On second down now, Swift. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Motion. Hey, 43, 15.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50. Yellow. Mike, 53. Orbit.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Watch the screen. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 53's the mic.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Lawrence on the screen, complete to Spiller. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check. Check 26, check 26. Bam. Go. Bravo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Here we go.
At their own 14-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Attack! Rush in!
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Ooh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Dances by him. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On the ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now a toss to Spiller. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Watch the boot. Check. Check out. Hot. He's checking.
Hey, seam 6.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
Go. Ready?
To throw on third down. Lawrence. Open man is Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and they connected there and picked up a first down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Check 36.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Second and 8 at the 16-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
53, Mike, 53. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that. Let it go, baby.
Now Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. Mahomes. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
They're running it. Switch it. Come on. Yellow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Yellow. Fox track. 53 is the mic.
Yeah, that's what I do.
53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Here we go. Oh, shit.
From the 24, Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken very short.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Six man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check, 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 check. Check three, check three, check three.
Hard, hard. Hey, exit. Hit it.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Mike 53.
High 7, let's go. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Yo, go.
Check. Smoke. Check. 53's Mike. Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Watch it, watch it.
15.
53 is the mic.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch. 53's the Mike. 53. Chopper.
All day.
Whip.
Watch his head.
Deuce. Check. 53's Mike. Check.
They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Jets.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
You gonna take Leo.
Again, they running a spiller. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. Let's go.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Under 10. Under 10.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
53 at the mic. Wild Bill.
Now here's Mahomes. And Thomas has it. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Chiefs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. I got you, son. I got you.
Easy.
Check 3. I got him. Back smart. I got him.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Thomas has got it. Complete. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, Swift. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
The tackle by Leonard Williams. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
53, check 53.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Bravo! Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Check. Check 31. Check 30.
Hey, Sunday.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
38, Jets 16. Harrison Butker is kicking off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Lawrence.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now from Baltimore. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. They'll run on 1st down. Swift. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Chiefs now going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the 1st quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.